guest today is a friendly neighbor of mine who comes from a family of artists blessed with singing and dancing genes. She had to temporarily set aside her dreams in exchange for a normal life of corporate job, marriage, kids. But now she's back to pursuing her dream with double power and double passion and managing this delicate balance beautifully. Let's get to know the real Richa behind this fabulous singer and dancer that we know her as. Hey Richa, welcome to Sunny Side Up and welcome to my home. Thank you so much for joining me today in our conversation.
Sunita, it's a total pleasure for me to be here, and thank you for thinking about me and inviting me here.
So Richa, we know you as a person with a soulful voice. So we know you as a singer and as a skillful dancer. But today's conversation is going to be all about getting to know you, the Richa behind that famous singer and dancer. Let's start with getting to know you as a child, your childhood days and the influences of that time.
It would come as a surprise to you that I was a very shy and introvert kind of girl.
Oh my God!
Yes. So what you see today is totally opposite. If we talk about my childhood, so I was somebody who would stay away from the crowd, who would not, come out of the room when I, see people are socializing at my home. So the journey has been really eventful and with lot of struggle and hurdles in my life. But I think art in my life has really played a vital role in bringing the best in me. Dance, I would say, dance is something that has brought the best Richa. So today what you see in me is all because of the dance and the music that I had in my life. So I have become a much more confident extrovert and expressive person just because of the art that I have in my life.
Wow. So okay, great, super. So let's dig a little deep and क्या होता था घर पे, किस तरह का atmosphere था?
So I was a pampered child from the beginning. But then if we talk about my shyness and introvert nature, so it came because I was on a healthier side from my very childhood. So when you are in school and college, you are being bullied and you are being pulled down because you are on a healthier side. But then when dance came into my life, I started identifying myself in a better way. So initially I had a very low confidence and I was
Can't imagine, Richa.
Yeah, so it is actually when I also look back to my childhood Richa, so I'm like surprised, and it is all because of my brother. Back then he forced me to join a dance school because he could notice that I was getting very shy and introvert, always in my cocoon. So he forced me, why don't you join a dance class, go out from the house, go out for some time. So he forced me to join the dance school, and that's how I identified, okay, this is my passion. And I was amongst their best dancers. And I auditioned for them, and then I cleared it, and then I started doing several dance shows with international rock stars like Brian Adams, Shaggy. So Indian pop singers as well. So that's how I slowly and gradually gained confidence. Then I got to know that body is not the only thing.
Absolutely.
Looks is not the only thing. Your talent is something that people can identify with. And I was amongst their best dancers, and I did a lot of stage shows. I was getting rewarded for my best dancers in their academy. So that is something that helped me to become what I am today.
So great. Wow. So I mean, best dancer, recognitions coming now,
Yeah.
awards, accolades, and how's the reaction at home? So what kind of support are you getting from home? You talked about your brother, but how
Yeah.
about parents?
So yeah, so parents, are always very protective about their child. So when I talk about my parents, they were definitely happy that they are seeing a better version of me in terms of I was getting slimmer because of rigorous dance workouts and stuff, and I was gaining confidence. I was getting beautiful and shining like a star. So they were happy. But then at the same time, they did not want me to pursue my career, make my career in dancing. So though I used to dream about dance, I used to sleep, wake up, with dance in my mind, with steps in my mind, with choreographies in my mind. But then on the same side, my father was like, you have to do a white collar job, 8 to 5. I don't want you to do all this struggle. Though he also belongs to the same career. He's also a professional singer. So, but then he knew the struggle and the journey behind it. So that is why he wanted me to be safe.
True.
To be doing something that is simpler. But then my passion always lied with dance and music. So gift that I always thank God for, that I have got his genes. So dance I got from my mother. So she used to be a Kathak dancer, and singing I got from my father. So I really thank my stars that I got something good from my parents. But then when he asked me that I should do a 8 to 5 job, a white collar job, so I definitely put dance a little behind, and I started looking for jobs. And so, but still I don't regret that decision as well, because when I joined the corporate world, I was still a very budding artist, and corporate world definitely helped me to become a little smart because I was always in my cocoon, my home, or my dance academy. That's it. That was the only small shell that I was roaming around.
Right. So basically, it helped you spread wings.
Yeah, right. So even in corporate world, I shined out for my dance and singing talent, because when you have it in you, you just cannot hold that to yourself, right? So you have to show it to the world. Okay, I know it. I want to do it.
Yeah.
So that's how I also got rewarded in corporate world as well. I was popular for dance choreographies. I used to choreograph their events, the annual days,
Wow. So you're now living your dream, yeah. Also, माँ बाप की सुन लिए तो अच्छे बच्चे भी बन गए हो, got into corporate job, also pursuing your passion. So even while working, you're still able to live your dream of dancing and singing. But when you were growing up, maybe teens पे during that time, ये जो दोनों तरह की एडवाइस मिल रही थी कि अपनी ड्रीम को थोड़ा बैक सीट पे रखो और पढ़ाई करो और प्रॉपर जॉब लो. So that would have been challenging, right? So what is it? Yeah. So what is it that you want to tell today's teens? Any advice that you have for them?
Yeah. So if we talk about the journey, so the journey has definitely been very difficult for me, because my parents was saying something else and my mind and heart was something else. So I literally had sleepless nights. I literally used to dream about dance. You won't believe that I couldn't sleep for like days, because whenever I used to hear any music, I used to start choreographing the steps in my mind. And at the same time, I used to think that how will I convince my parents? How will I pursue this as a career? And I knew that I had a potential. I knew that I am somebody who is not not in the crowd. I was somebody exceptional, because I could see myself in the academy shining, and my choreographer Ronica Jacob, who used to be my guru at that time, so she could also clearly see that you have something in you. You are not somebody who will only dance at the backstage. You are somebody who can come forward and go really high in the dance world. But then I had a family who were kind of saying that this is not something that you can make a career in. This is a hobby. This is something you like doing, but you cannot do carry it forward.
Right.
So then I also gave up at some point of time, and I just thought of getting into a corporate world. I was doing well there. When you get into the corporate world, you get into the rat race.
Yeah, true.
So my dance, my singing was somewhere behind. So it was totally lost because I was into that competition of getting promotion, getting higher ratings and stuff like that. So if you ask me that what will I suggest to the today's generation is that never give up on your dreams. Parents are supposed to be thinking the best for you. I agree. I totally agree to that. But then when you have something and you are sure of that you have a potential and you can do it in your life, I think you should not give in for anybody. For anybody, not even for your parents, not for your friends, not for anybody in your life. So you should definitely, because I think it's only you. It's only you who can counsel your mind, who can counsel your heart, and stay strong. So it's only you. I think I would suggest this to the generation that when you think that you can do it, just do it.
Just go ahead.
Yeah.
So you did mention about your guru Ronika Jacob, but I want to know if there are any other inspirations that are pushing you to pursue your dreams.
So yes, Ronika Jacob was definitely my inspiration because one, that she was a lady choreographer, and second, that she was my first guru. So first guru is always very close to your heart. So I used to follow her very religiously. But then I would say that when I'm a very self-analysis kind of girl. So when I knew my weaknesses, so I used to fight against them. So I would say that my weaknesses were my strength. These were pulling me to become a better person, because I knew that what I lacked, and my fight was with my own self. I used to fight. I used to talk to myself, why can't I do this? Okay, if I'm fat, I cannot wear certain type of clothes. What kind of clothes that will make me look good? So I used to keep experimenting with my looks, that how should I look better, what kind of clothes should I wear that I still look beautiful, So my inspiration was my weaknesses. I used to fight with my own self to become a better Richa every day. Yeah.
That is fantastic. So you're inspiring yourself. The inner Richa is inspiring the outer Richa. That's great. Let's get to hear a little bit about your family now.
So I come from an artist family. So my grandfather used to sing at home. He used to play harmonium, and then his genes came into my father. So my father is currently a professional singer. So he does a lot of shows like Kishore Da Night and Rafi Da Night. So he does a lot of shows like that. So he's a very popular person on Facebook. So he has a fan following. So I had some few people coming up to me and saying, oh, you are daughter of Richa Jaggi, and I was like, yes. So it feels good to be a daughter of a celebrity. So even within the society, a lot of people came up to me that we know your father, we are a great fan of him and stuff like that. So it feels good. And my mother used to be a Kathak dancer, so my dance genes came from her. And my brother is also a singer, so you can say that he can put the stage on fire. So he's somebody like that. So yes, so I'm blessed and happy that I belong to a family of artists. So yeah.
This is fantastic. A family of super achievers, a famous father, a famous brother. But let's get to hear your famous moments, the times when you achieved equal popularity as your family members.
So the first break, I would say that when I was I think in my 20s, and I got this audition cracked for dance show which was telecasted on Sony television. So though I did not win the competition, but it was a total good experience that I had. So I got to know what happens backstage, and then how do you perform, and the judges were real big judges like Vaibhavi Merchant and Javed Jaffrey. So I got a chance to perform in front of them. So that was a real experience, and my family was overwhelmed because Sony television cast is coming to your house and making you feel like a celebrity. So my parents were on cloud 9, and they were so happy that our daughter is going to be coming on Sony television. So it was a great fun, and
but it was quite an achievement.
Yeah, correct. It was a great thing to do. And then I would say the second thing that I came in my life was this very recent song that I got as my first break. So it is a very beautiful song, very beautiful melody, which was released on a web series on OTT platform. So I think this is a very big thing for me and for my family. So when I YouTube, you put your names, Richa Jaggi song, latest song, so it comes down as a search. So you feel good about it, yeah. So my parents also used to, tell Alexa, play song by Richa Jaggi. So it was a very great moment for them that their daughter is actually a celebrity now.
Yeah. Wow.
So
we don't have to say Alexa, we'll tell Richa directly. Why don't you hum a few lines of that song for us?
Yeah, sure, why not? So it's a song by Bunty Sharma. So he's a guy in Bombay. So he approached me for this song, and he has made this beautiful melody and wrote the lyrics as well. So I just try to यादों के जो भी पल बीते साथ भुला न सकूं, जो भी गम सह लिए और रब्बा वे देना मुझे, अधूरी मैं हूँ यहाँ, ना समझे तू मैनू वहाँ, टूटा सा दिल मेरा, तेरे बिन है गम यहाँ, ओ गम यहाँ.
Oh my God, I have goosebumps. You have such a soulful voice, Richa. It's out of the world feeling to hear you in person.
Amazing,
Richa. So now that you're living your dream, if you think about your past, is there anything that you regret in life?
Yes, I think I regret that I had a little more power, little more right guidance at that time. So I would have reached somewhere else totally. So in life today when I look back, I really don't feel bad about it. But then when you think that what kind of potential you had, and the chances of reaching to a different kind of heights in life. So then I regret that I wish I had a little more power to fight for my dreams, a little more right guidance to fight for my dreams. So that is the only thing. But when I look myself today, I have a beautiful family, I have beautiful 2 kids, and I have a husband who is very supportive, and I live in a society where I get a lot of appreciation and a lot of fame, and I already feel like a celebrity every day here. So I really thankful for all I have today. But yes, if I talk about my past, of course I would tell a 20-year-old Richa that you had to be more powerful, more
Had to fight a little more for yourself.
Yeah, correct. So that is the only thing.
So let's move on to my next segment. Are you game for it? This is called rapid fire round. No gifts hamper, please, huh? Okay. So let's start. My first question: your favorite city?
So my favorite city is Switzerland. So I went there for my honeymoon. So it was serene and totally unbelievable. Yeah.
Okay. So Richa, if I'm sure you will one day write a book, of the way your life is going. So if you were to write a book on yourself, what would you title it?
Title it, okay. So I would title it Bad Phase is Actually a Good Phase.
Ah.
So I would title it that because actually the bad phase has made me a better person. So more sensible, more confident, more expressive. So I see life better when you get a bad phase in your life. So it has actually made me a better Richa.
Okay, great. Okay, one word for your better half.
One word for my better half, okay. I would say germ-free,
Ah.
unadulterated,
Okay.
totally pure.
Wow, awesome. And one word for yourself.
For me, colorful, artistic, vibrant, anything.
Okay, so we've spoken about movies. We know, singing is your passion. So what is your go-to song?
I love the movie A Star Is Born. It has Lady Gaga in it. So I really love her. I really love the way she sings. So my go-to song would be from that movie as well. So it's Shallow.
Okay.
So it's a beautiful, beautiful song. Yes, yeah.
So can I request you to hum a line from there?
A few lines. Tell me something, boy. I'm too tired trying to fill that void. Or do you need more? Ain't it hard keeping it so hardcore? I'm falling. In all the good times I find myself longing for change. And in the bad times I fear myself. I'm off the deep end, waters I dive in. I'll never meet the ground. Crash through the surface where they can't hurt us. We're far from the shallow now. In the shallow. In the shallow. In the shallow. We're far from the shallow now.
Whoa, I have goosebumps. Ah,
Thank you.
amazing, awesome, Richa. I don't know whether I should even ask this question. Who's your favorite singer? Maybe you'll come up with Lady Gaga. But who's your favorite singer?
No, so if we talk about Bollywood, then Suridhi Chauhan, of course. So she has always been my idol. She's a
No wonder you
beautiful
sound
singer.
like her.
Oh, not at all. So she's a great, great singer.
Your favorite actor?
Actor is Ayushmann Khurrana.
Okay.
So he's a brilliant actor. Yeah.
And a female actor?
Female actor would be, I think, Adhuri Mai Hoon. Yeah.
Because of her dance?
Dance, her expressions, her eyes, everything. So
तो माधुरी को तुम्हारी फेवरेट एक्ट्रेस तो होना ही था, बट आई थिंक आई शुड आस्क यू हु इज योर फेवरेट कोरियोग्राफर.
So my really favorite was Ganesh Hegde. So his choreography is something that I don't need to even read the choreographer name. I can look at the song, look at the steps, and tell it's Ganesh Hegde's choreography.
Okay, so we're coming close to our conversation, Richa. But even before I move to my last segment, which is the Oscar speech, I want to ask you, what would you advise a 20-year-old Richa?
Yeah, I have a lot of things to say, but then the major things would be that concentrate and always try to enhance your qualities and the best things in you, and eventually things will definitely fall in place. So it is always better to be a talented human being rather than just a beautiful human being. So I would tell my 20-year-old self that be more confident, be more extrovert, expressive. Life is short. Enjoy. Don't be shy. Don't be introvert. Don't be underconfident. You have a lot of things in you. So beautify that, enhance that, and you will definitely shine one day.
So we're coming close to our conversation, Richa. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been great talking to you. I hope you enjoyed it too. But just before I let you go, I have this small segment called That Oscar Speech. Yeah, so this is an opportunity to thank everyone who's contributed to your journey so far.
The first person that I really want to thank is my brother.
Mhm.
Because he was the one who forced me, to join the dance school. And from there, my journey of gaining confidence, started. So I would say that he's the first person that I really, really want to thank. And then, of course, my parents for their unconditional support always and unconditional love. And then I would say that my family here in Ultima, my society. So these guys have really given me a lot of love and appreciation all the time, and making me feel like a celebrity from the day one. So these guys are actually, sometimes you meet them and they say that they are a great fan of me. I feel really overwhelmed, and people are fan of me, which feels good. And lastly, I would say that I would thank my husband, my better half, for always letting me do what I want to do in my life. For always been that pillar, that supportive person who's always there to help me to spread my wings. So yeah.
So awesome. Thank you so much, Rita. Really, really nice talking to you. And thank you so much for dropping in.
Thank you so much, Sunita, for having me here. It was totally a candid and a very beautiful conversation. Thank you.
Most welcome. Chalo. Never let your dreams die. Keep at it, bas lage raho, and they will come true for you.